Hey everybody, what's going on? Happy Saturday. I'm gonna give just a couple seconds for people to hop on. Sometimes it's a little bit finicky here with the internet. I'm actually coming to you guys live from my RV. We actually just recently sold our house. I'm gonna prop my phone up because it's plugged in. We actually are in the process of selling our house, and we are doing life out of an RV right now, and we plan on traveling the country. And we just signed up for our kiddos homeschool. Let's see if I can get this propped up. And we plan on seeing the entire country. All right, so go ahead and probably should have done this before I went live, but I was eager to get here on time. Go ahead and send some hearts and some love so I can make sure that you guys are all on and that you can see me. I might just end up holding this dang thing. Let's see. Here we go. I have to unplug it. Okay, let me see if I can see the comments. I don't know if I can. There we go. Hey, Tiffany, what's up? What's up? Okay, so like I said, I'm coming to you guys from an RV in kind of the middle of nowhere. And because of this incredible business opportunity, we've been able to dive into yet another dream of ours, and that is to travel the country with our kids. So we're homeschooling, we're in our brand new RV, our house is listed, and we're doing this thing. So, but today I was actually asked to come in here live and talk to you guys about launching a program into your business and then making that business stick. So I've been a coach since 2012. I was pregnant with my daughter. I had gained a lot of weight from that pregnancy. And then after I had her, I wanted to find a way to just get my energy out, have good energy, and just feel my best. So during that time, I found a post from my coach, who was a friend of mine at the time, a family friend, that she had lost 55 pounds doing Chalene Extreme. And this is back before Beachbody On Demand. So I was hooked to her social media because she had so many great tips and ideas for her friends and things like that. And I was like, you know what? I have got to just do what she's doing. So I actually reached out to her and I said, okay, what is this fitness program that you're doing? I'm going to plug my phone in just so it doesn't die on me. But I said, what is this fitness program that you're doing? And, how can I get started in that? And then she told me a little bit about challenge groups and coaching and all that good stuff. So, I was hooked. So I started coaching because we were going down to one income. I had a full-time job in corporate America. I was in marketing and in sales, and I knew that I was talented at that because I have a degree. I went through an internship with Whole Foods Market. Like, I knew my stuff, especially when it came to social media and marketing. So I said, okay, what if I were to take that same energy and that same education and pour it into this coaching business? And it did help that I had a few people sign up through me for a challenge pack just based on me throwing up a couple of videos of me doing Chalene Extreme. So at the end of the day, I lost 70 pounds. Not the end of the day. End of first 6 months, I lost 70 pounds. And I said, okay, if I can do that very same thing at my marketing job, but build my own dreams, what would be possible? So I made it a goal to match my income and then do Beachbody full time. And that's what I did. So now we are fully 100% full-time Beachbody family. And we're really proud of that. So I am a superstar diamond. I am a 2-time Elite 10, 7-time Elite coach. And actually, yes, 7 now. This year, I hit it again. And I have an incredible team, and they are also my best friends. So you can't win. You can't beat that. So I have, over the course of 8 years, been involved in a lot of launches. I remember the very first program launch that I was involved in, and that was the 21-day fix. And that was huge. And I had prepped for it so beautifully. I didn't even know that I had done it that well. I took what I learned from my marketing career, and I applied it to this 21-day fix. And I had just joined as a coach I think it was like a year and a half before the 21 Day Fix came out. And after that launch, my business blew up. And then so I just carried that into the next 2 or 3 years, exactly what I did for that launch. I did it with Insanity Max 30. That, totally threw my business up into top 10 status. I did a launch for Size for my business. I was in the Size infomercial. This was back in 2014. And again, that totally was mind-blowing for my business. So I'm not going to just share, 80 Day Obsession too. And each year that I did a successful launch and a really good launch, I had a really great year in my business. So I want to talk to you guys about those top tips that made a big difference in that journey for me. I was also part of the 80 Day Obsession test group, the Transform 20 test group. I have been a test group junkie, and I just have so much fun doing a program for everyone else and kind of dripping it on people and sharing it. So this is huge. If you can do this right, you're going to see a big influx in your business, especially when we are going into the first part of the year. In 2021, those first 3 months of the year are crucial. But in order to have a successful first quarter of the year, you would have had to crush it in the last quarter of the previous year. That's just my experience. So you want to take this time, especially it being almost middle of October and then November, December, you want to take these 3 months to fill your pipeline, to get a lot of conversations going, to get a lot of energy and excitement going around your business. You may not see big numbers right now. You may not see any increase at all right now. But as you go into that first quarter, who are people going to turn to when it's time to do, that new year, new you, New Year's resolutions, to be healthier, to be more energized, to be fitter? Who are they going to turn to? This is the perfect opportunity. It's from home. COVID is not gone yet. It's still here. People need to work out. People need to exercise from home. And this is just such a great opportunity. And we're going to have a huge influx in January, February, and March of people with their New Year's resolutions ready to crush, the year. So you are positioning yourself right now to have a successful 2021. And this launch is the perfect opportunity for that. Okay, so let's go ahead and start. I have 5 top tips to make this a great launch and then to turn it into great business. So as you guys know, the 30-day breakaway program is getting ready to launch. And it is launched for coaches. So this is the perfect time for you. And this is tip number 1, to be proof that our products work. And I know it seems so simple, but gosh, I know that in my own 8 years of coaching, I have gotten away from the simple stuff that made me successful. And I always have to course check and course correct. So make sure at this point you are working out, doing your programs from start to finish, using our nutrition guides and sharing that journey, reading personal development, those 4 vital behaviors. That's where that's the core of this business, and you can't get away from those. So my number 1 tip for you right now is to establish that train your friends and family to know and expect that you're going to work out every day at 7 a.m. and share that. You're going to have your pre-workout formula, your Energize. You're going to eat, a whole foods based or a plant based, whatever you like to do as far as eating in a way that makes you feel good. You're going to want to start sharing that on social media now as well. When people say to me, I don't know what to post, I'm out of stuff to post, I think to myself, how is that possible? I'm like, what? I have so much to post about, and my life before the RV thing was not very eventful, to say the least. I mean, stay-at-home mom, 2 kids, I'm home all day while they're at school. Like, what could I possibly share? Oh my gosh, so much stuff, so much great stuff. My personal development, my workouts, my nutrition, my team calls. anything I do for my coaching business, any calls I do one-on-one, anything that I learn from my fitness program or anything that I learn from my personal development, and then family time. And by the end of the day, you've got your 15 to 20 Instagram stories or 1 or 2 posts for your social media across all your social media platforms. So you've got to get that nailed in. And you've got to stay consistent, because nothing else I'm about to tell you will matter unless you do all that first. And this is a great time, being October. You have all of this month to get that habit in place, and then really nail it, drive it in November and December, and start creating what I'm about to tell you. So, like I said, number 1, be proof that the products work. Number 2, be consistent. The work starts before the launch. The work starts before you start putting in calls to action, okay? Or start talking about a program and getting people to sign up. You've got to show to people on social media and in person what you are doing. One of the things that really stands out to me most when I have a new follower is that they typically have to see me do it first. And often, they're waiting. They're waiting for you to quit. They're waiting for you to succeed. They want to see what is going to happen next. And 9 times out of 10, you guys, unfortunately, people do quit. People do it for a few days, few weeks, they quit, they get back on, they quit, they get back on, they quit, they get back on. Like, I've seen it so many times. I've been a coach for 8 years. I've, a decent sized downline. I've seen people just come and go, come and go, come and go, come and go. And that sadly is what we are dealing with, in regards to a business that doesn't take off. So when I see a coach come in, come out, come in, I'm like, you gotta just stick to it. You've got to stay consistent. Go buy the book, The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy, and show up. Put your daily deposits in for your business every single day. And that is the business activity tracker. Be epically consistent to the point where it's annoying. Some people are going to find it annoying. And those people that find it annoying will eventually join you, I bet. Or they'll stop following you, and you didn't really want them on your team anyway. Who you want are the people, the movers, the shakers, the people like you. Who you want are the people who are watching you and saying, I wonder if she's going to do it. I wonder if she's going to finish this program. Or, I wonder if she's actually going to see results, or if she's actually going to enjoy this or succeed. And I remember in my own personal journey, I did Insanity, the original Insanity back in 2012. And my brother-in-law, who's no longer my brother-in-law, ex-brother-in-law. Hey, Susanna. My ex-brother-in-law said to me, oh, most people don't even finish that program, or they get injured, or most people don't do very well with that program. You'll never finish it. He said that to me at a family dinner. And I said to myself, there it is. That's the motivation I need to absolutely crush this program and prove to him, it was like a chip off my shoulder. Like, I had to prove to this guy that I was going to do the things. And I did the program. I had insane results. In fact, I did a transformation video for YouTube that has like 5 million followers or 5 million views. So my eagerness to prove people either right or wrong to do it and to succeed was huge. And so I just kept doing that with my Beachbody career. I just kept showing up relentlessly every single day, no matter what. If you go and you scroll my Instagram, you're going to see, yep, maybe she misses a day here or there over the course of 8 years, but like, she never went anywhere. She didn't go anywhere. She's always been here. So when you are that person that's always been front and center, you've always been here. Those are the people that, when you do that, they're going to turn to you. And so that's why when you go into the first quarter of 2021, you will want to have these last few months of positioning yourself correctly. Okay. And so the number 3 tip is show up when you need to, which needs to be for a while. And then when the release comes for coaches, which has already happened, you need to do the digital unlock for the program and start right away. Don't wait till Monday, just start. Go day 1 and do it. Get yourself planned for your food and your nutrition. Get set up, get your meal plan done. Get your grocery shopping and your meal planning done, and get ready. Prepare yourself and document that whole journey. And then, of course, get those before and after photos. Get the before photos. This business isn't necessarily built on before and after photos. It's more so built on results. And it doesn't have to be this giant weight loss journey to inspire people to take action. I have had people join based on a transformation photo where I gained weight, just because I was documenting Body Beast, gaining muscle. And, that's what I wanted to do. So I documented change. Or for example, with one program I did, I wanted to document my mental state and like, how did the ultimate reset affect me mentally? Okay. So you want to get the program, start it, and start documenting your results, start documenting your journey. Use your Instagram and your Facebook as your journal, your live journal. I don't know if you guys have ever tried live journal, but this was back, I think when I was in high school, we used a thing called live journal. Well, this is kind of the same thing. You are journaling live this program and how it's affecting your life. And so people are going to log in and see how you're doing, especially if you are showing up and adding to your network. That's so crucial. But that goes back to the business activity tracker, right? So you've got to be doing that. You've got to be doing it every day, adding to your network, and then relying on social media and sharing that journey with 30 Day Breakaway. And then also, when you release that you're doing the program, get your coaches involved. Get them in on a team test group, or I don't even know if we're allowed to call them that now. A team 30-day breakaway challenge where everybody in your team will do it together. And then you support them through that journey. You can even do a ring the bell, who did the digital unlock for 30-day breakaway, ring the bell. But do it with your girls and show their documented journey too, or guys, but show their documented journey as well on social media. And that'll be very crucial because it's not only just you giving the social proof, but it's your crew giving the social proof too. And people need to see that. People need to see social proof before they go in and invest in anything. That was the case for me. I would have never joined had Leslie not told me about her transformation and about the results that she had had, and also shown other people's results and transformation as well. So let's get into more tangible tips in regards to having a successful launch. So you don't have to be in a test group to have a successful launch. I'm proof of that. 21 Day Fix came out, was not in the test group. In fact, I wasn't even a 5-star diamond yet. I wasn't in the round table. I didn't know anything about anything. I just wanted to build my Beachbody business, and I was like, okay, I'm going to use my marketing tactics. And I still had a huge year with my business. So you're not too late. Every life is not saturated. Like the whole world's not already doing 30-day breakaway. So you're good. So what you'll want to do is start, like I said, documenting that journey, but also with every opportunity that you can find where it feels natural, drop at the bottom of your posts, message me for details, or an arrow to the message part of Instagram stories, or on Facebook. Comment below for information. Always end your post about a program. Always end that post about a program with a call to action. It doesn't have to be buy this, buy that, sign up here. Just, hey, very natural. Hit me up for details. Message me for details, comment for details. And if you're on Instagram stories and you don't have over 10,000 followers, that's totally fine. Message me for details is totally fine. Now, if you have 10,000 followers, that's great. Then you can use the swipe up method. So what do you do when you start getting people saying to you, what's this? What is this all about? So there are two ways I like to do it. One through a newsletter. So one through email drip campaigning, which I'll tell you more about in a second. But then also a simple Facebook group will work just fine too. And you could even create a bod group, but that would mean that everybody would have to get set up with a BOD account first. And you might not have people that are kind of there yet. Oh my gosh, I have to show you what's behind me right now. In my RV is this, like on the outside window is this giant nasty stink bug. Okay, he starts crawling up by the screen and I'm like, no. Okay, so you want to start gathering information and then placing your prospects somewhere, like a waiting place, a place where they can chill and just learn more about the program. And that can be through email newsletter, and I'll tell you more about that in a second, or Facebook group. Now, if you're brand spanking new to this coaching world, then I totally recommend a Facebook group. That's how I did it first. Now that I work with a lot more people, I have a bigger social media platform and a lot more interest, I tend to do newsletter drips and groups. So with a group, you'll want to say, hey, if you want details, message me. Hit me up, comment, and then you'll send them the link to that group and say, hey, this is kind of my holding place. This is where I will be sharing about the program, the cost of the challenge packs to get started, what it's going to take to get started. Also, I'm going to document my journey in here as well. In this group, you'll want to start sharing in there what you've been doing, what this has been about. Get people excited. You could even take the Team Beachbody 411 countdown images and use those. I don't know if I think they are there for a 30-day breakaway, but you can use those images. You can go live in there every day and create excitement. Get creative, have fun with it. Also, I want to mention, if you have not reached Success Club and it's the end of the month, and all you're talking about is 30-day breakaway, perhaps take a second and go back to talking about all the amazing things we have with getting on Beachbody on Demand before 30-day breakaway happens, so that they can start prepping for the program and start working out. So you don't want to just have them sitting there. Now, if you are at Success Club and you feel confident doing this, add everybody to a group. And in this group, you're going to want to daily post a countdown. Go live every couple of days after your workouts, after your runs. Do, informational videos from Anitas and Beachbody about the program, and just keep people engaged. And then if you do decide to do an email campaign with this, then you'd want to get everyone's email address or have them opt into your email campaign. I will talk more about that in just a second. But if you do the group, you're going to want to also make sure that you're touching people at least once to twice a week through private message. Just make your presence known. Ask, hey, do you have questions? How are you enjoying the group? Also, with this 30-day breakaway, it's a great opportunity for you to share prep runs. So if you go on Google and just type in fun runs or prep runs or runs to help you learn how to run, they can start doing that too. You can also start posting about really great running shoe tips. Share some songs you like to run to. So, create this energy and excitement and information and value about running. So when the program does come out, you'll have had everybody excited and pumped up and informed. So if you decide, okay, I also want to do an email drip, that's what we call it, email drip. So you're dripping emails on them up until the release. If you do decide to do that, great. What you need to do is my biggest, easiest tip for you is to go to jotform.com and create a free jot form and make it very simple. First name, email address. Don't make it a super long form. I have made the mistake of doing that, and people just say, heck no. I'm not going to sit here and fill out your hour-long form. So people just want to grab and go. They want to just give you the information and that's it. So when someone says to you, I want details, send them the jot form link that was created for your opt-in form. Send them the link to opt-in, and then you can create your list. So right now I have a list, and in my list I have about 50 people who have opted in through my jot form. And if you are super social media savvy and have over 10,000 followers on Instagram, you can certainly have them swipe up to fill out the form. I've done that many, many times. So, but if you're newer, have no fear. Just shoot them a message with the link and say, hey, opt in here to be, notified as soon as the program is released, and to also learn more about the program as we get closer to the program release. Okay. So this would be a little bit of a double whammy if you were to have everybody go into a group and into a newsletter. So you might want to do one or the other, but if you're crazy like me, do both. So in the email, maybe they're not seeing the group. Maybe they're too busy to check in on the group, but they can check their email. So it's nice to get in front of them twice in two different ways. So in the email drip, you'll want to make sure you're saying to them, the same stuff you would have said in the group. So, the countdown, and give advice about running, and suggest music, and suggest running shoes. So my newsletter, I send a newsletter out to my email list that I've been working on for 8 years. I send out an email about once a week, just a quick newsletter with a recipe, a fit tip, and news about what's coming up in my Beachbody business. So right now, I'm sending a lot of stuff about 30-Day Breakaway and my running experience and how that program has really shifted my body and my running. So I'm dripping people with that. I'm also sending like a countdown. Also, hey, just so you know, here's where you can get fitted for great shoes. Here is, a great discount at Nike or whatever you can find that's valuable. Also, playlists. You can send a list of songs that you love to work out to and run to. These are all things to keep people's minds on running. Okay. So when the program is released, how easy? You just go into the group or you go into your email and you let them know it's time to enroll. You send the enrollment options, and be sure to also go in and private message people too. That way you can show how important this is to you and important it is for you to contact them. And I find that if I have 3 ways of contacting someone, I typically get through to them on that third one, especially if it's been a few follow-ups. So I know it sounds like a lot of work, but if you can, like I said, if you can get somebody into that opt-in form and you message them, you've hit them 2-3 times, they're more likely to sign up with you. Okay. And those are going to be your future coaches, your future volume and your sales volume, things like that. So it is important to create relationships and to get out in front of people as much as possible. And social media is just such a great way to do that. So with drip campaigning, it's just a simple weekly, hey, here's what's to come. Here's what's happening now. So you can do jot form. You could also do, a Google app. I'm trying to think what else. Mailchimp. You can do something with Mailchimp. There are all kinds of different mail systems that you can look at to creating your list. Okay, so let's talk about what to do after the launch to create success in your business. And I think that was originally what I was supposed to be talking about, but I just figured I'd just give you all my launch stuff. So in regards to keeping business going, yeah, it's fun to sign up 6 people and get, what's 6 times 40? $120. Am I getting that right? No, that's not right. It's not even close. Okay, so 2 something, right? Yeah, the initial commission, the few $100 is fun, whatever. But how about we turn that into residual income? What can we do to turn that into repeat business and further your career as a coach? And so this is great information if you are new and you're not doing 30-Day Breakaway and you're a brand new coach and you're thinking to yourself, why even bother with Success Club? Why even bother with 3 customers per month? So let me just kind of give you the math and the science behind that, and then I will go into some tangible tips. So why create long-term business with 1 customer? If you can keep a customer using Performance Line, using Shakeology, what's incredible about this opportunity is you get paid on all future orders. You don't get paid on just the initial order. You also get commission on any future order they make through the link or even just the website, because their name and their email address is tied to you. So when they purchase a challenge pack to do 30-Day Breakaway, you're getting also the residual income or the repeat income on their Beachbody On Demand, if they continue to go with an annual business or annual account, but also their monthly supply of Shakeology, Energize, Recover, and or. So say they're on all of it and they're addicted like we are, perfect. So that's a great way to build your retail income. So say you sign up, you get to your Success Club goal of your first month in Success Club and you hit Success Club 5. So you've signed up 3 customers with a challenge pack. Say all 3 customers the following month stay on Shakeology. You are going to get paid repeat from those customers again the following month for $90. So 30 times 3. And say you hit Success Club again in that second month, you're going to get that $120 of your 3 customers that bought a new challenge pack on top of the $90 you earned from the 3 customers that continued on with Shakeology. What does this mean to you? This is proof that you need to get in front of your customers and treat them well. This means that you have got to create systems, create things in your business that are going to keep your customers involved and want to stay your customer and want to stay involved. They need to see the value in working with you. So obviously there's so much value in Shakeology, and often people stay on it just because it's part of their healthy habits. But some people stay on it because they want to continue to work with you in your challenge groups and things like that. So it just really depends. But if you are offering weekly information about Shakeology to your customers and you're reminding them why they are using it and spending that money on Shakeology, or reminding them why Energize is so incredible or why Recover is so incredible, if you're continuously in there, you're in their inbox, they're going to be like, oh, okay, I really should continue to use Shakeology. Like, for example, knowing that there are digestive enzymes in Shakeology is huge, because people will buy digestive enzymes on their own because they have poor digestion. I'm one of those people that I was spending money on prebiotics, probiotics, digestive enzymes, superfoods. I was buying all those things for my shakes separate and spending $50 to $500 on my groceries. It was insane. So just knowing those little things and sharing that with people is huge. So you want to continue relationships with your customers. Create challenge groups for repeat customers. Sending an email out to your entire customer list in your back office to invite them to an upcoming group just for your customers continuously, and then making sure they know that one of the requirements for being in your group that you ask people to either be on a repeat subscription of Energize, Recover, and or Shakeology. Okay? So really making sure that you also remind your customers beyond, of the things that you have to offer, that fitness is not a challenge, like a 30-day thing. Fitness, to try it out, is a 30-day thing. To actually be in fitness and to succeed and have a fit, happy, well-rounded life, you've got to show up every day. And you are going to need to do that in your social media feed, but also take that and carry it on for the rest of your career as a coach. They need to see you every day living what you preach. Then not only are they going to be led by your words in regards to leading them into another challenge group, but also they're going to see that you're leading by example and you're being that fit, healthy person and using our products to do that. So definitely leading by example, getting them involved in other groups and things like that. And then also offering the coach discount. That's huge. You save so much money by becoming a coach, not only just for, I better go outside, my kids are back, not only just for the discount, but just being a part of the culture of the Beachbody community is huge. Just being a part of what we have to offer. Hi, baby. Hi, honey. Is major, major, major. Okay. So one of the things that a lot of coaches join for, not only just for the coaching, just for the discount, but also for the culture you've created. So talk about that culture on your social media and on your team page. Hey, guys. Champions page training.
Fun.
Yeah. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Okay. I'll wrap up. Okay. So being proof of that culture is huge on your social media and showing people like, hey, this is not just about a discount. This is about being in my challenge groups forever, getting involved with people, other women on the same mission as you, letting other people in on this incredible community you have. So it's not just about the discount. It's also about the community and the culture. And I think when you really get that nailed down, people are like, yeah, sign me up. I want to be a coach, even just for the discount. And that creates team volume and repeat customers. Because when you have driven the cost down of all those products by 25%, it makes it way more affordable. So not only that, they're getting a more affordable product for themselves. They're getting involved in your culture and in your team culture and your business and your vibe. I don't know if you hear my girls are like, Mom. My other one's like, she's doing a video. So I try to get this done and wrap up before they got home, but I didn't. But I'm wrapping up now. So you've got to promote that culture and let people see that. Also, obviously, it's even better if they start to want to work the business. So getting them in on the culture is typically the first thing that really grabs them and keeps them there. You know, that family feeling when they get in the team page, and that family feeling when they get into your uplines team page. It doesn't even have to be your team page. It can be your uplines team page. But getting them plugged into the culture may just be what they need to see that they need to do this, that they need to get other people involved in Beachbody and become a coach themselves. I've seen that happen time and time again, where people get in, they see the culture, they see what we're doing here as coaches, and they're like, I got to do this. That's typically where I find my best coaches. The best coaches come from your challenge groups and as discount coaches, because they are advocates for the product. So turning these customers into coaches, super crucial for volume, for getting them more plugged in and involved. So moral of the story, what do you do once the launch is over? What happens? You don't just sign and walk away. You don't just have them sign up and be like, done with them. Encourage them to keep going. Encourage them to join groups, to join your team, to get the discount, to continue forward, maybe even run another few 30-day breakaway challenge groups for people. Because once you get started running, you don't want to stop. Trust me. You get addicted, especially when you become good at it. And this program will help you to do that. So once you become good at it, maybe create a group where you're training for a particular race in your city, or create a group where you're training to run a half marathon to continue to raise and increase that running. Get them involved on a strength training program, because Idalis will say it, the best way to increase and improve in running is also to increase and improve on your own resistance training. So definitely get them involved in other programs, not just running. And then obviously leading them towards the coaching opportunity as, just for discount, or even to work and run and have a successful business. The key though, you guys, at the end of the day, is to make sure that you help people get results. That's the key. Because once they get results, they're bought in. They're like telling everybody about it. And like I said, the best coaches come from people who become advocates for our products. And if they see results and you have results, they are going to see more inspiration and motivation to stay involved in what you have to offer and stay plugged into your community. I have a lot of coaches on my team who do a little, but gain so much from the culture of our team. They don't do a ton. Maybe they hit Success Club here and there. They may add a coach a month or a coach every few months. I have a lot of that in my downline, but hey Mona, I have a lot of that in my downline where they're doing a little bit, but they're gaining a lot. So they're gaining from my meal plans that I share. They're gaining from our morning workouts for our team page that we do, on a Zoom call. They're gaining from the daily fit tips and business tips that we're putting. They're gaining from the power hour that we're hosting. All the things that you can do in regards to building community, building up each other. They're going to continue to stay. And this business, you can build a really successful business on a lot of people doing a little. You can. And you can build a successful business on a few people doing a lot, right? So get both. That'll create a more layers within your business and more stability long term in regards to your income when you have a big team of people doing a little bit and gaining a lot from your culture and your team, and then also having rock stars doing a lot. That's great too. But it's okay to have that business where you have a lot of people doing a little but gaining a lot from you too. So try to aim for both. But this is a great opportunity to kind of lead that energy and lead those people from your original 30-day breakaway group into that lifetime with you as their coach and in your culture. So I hope that helped you guys. I hope you have a really great weekend. Happy Saturday. And I will try to come back in here and comment back and forth with you guys with any questions that you might have. I didn't really see a ton of questions. I'll roll back here. Yeah, I don't see any other questions. So thanks so much, you guys. Mwah. We'll see you guys later. Thanks so much for spending your Saturday afternoon with me. Bye, guys.